Guys, what's up? I'm continuing in Romans 10. It says salvation is for everyone. For Moses writes that the law's way of making a person right with God requires obedience to all of its commands. But faith's way of getting right with God says, don't say in your heart, who will go up to heaven to bring Christ down to earth? And don't say who will go down to the place of the dead to bring Christ back to life again. In fact, it says the message is very close at hand. It's on your lips and in your heart. And that message is the very message about faith that we preach. If you confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord and believe in your heart that God raised him from the dead, you will be saved. For it is by believing in your heart that you are made right with God, and it is confessing with your mouth that you are saved. As the scriptures tells us, anyone who trusts in him will never be disgraced. Jew and Gentile are the same in this respect. They have the same Lord, who gives generously to all who call on him. For everyone who calls on the name of the Lord will be saved. But how can they call on him to save them unless they believe in him? And how can they believe in him if they have never heard about him? And how can they hear about him unless someone tells them? And how will anyone go and tell them without being sent? That is why the scriptures say, how beautiful are the feet of messengers who bring good news. But not everyone welcomes the good news. For Isaiah the prophet said, Lord, who has believed our message? So faith comes from hearing, that is, hearing the good news about Christ. But I ask, have the people of Israel actually heard the message? Yes, they have. This message has gone throughout the earth in the words to all the world. But I ask, did the people of Israel really understand? Yes, they did. For even in the time of Moses, God said, I will rouse your jealousy through people who are not even a nation. I will provoke your anger through the foolish Gentiles. And later, Isaiah spoke boldly for God, saying, I was found by people who were not looking for me. I showed myself to those who were not asking for me. But regarding Israel, God said, all day long I opened my arms to them, but they were disobedient and rebellious. So that's the chapter. If you believe in God, you will be saved. He said if you confess with your mouth that Jesus is Lord, you will be saved. So let's look here at the commentary. This is for Romans 10:14. In telling others about Christ, an effective witness must include more than being a good example. Eventually, we will have to explain the content, the what and the how of the gospel. Modeling the Christian life is important, but we will need to connect the mind of the unbeliever and the message of the gospel. There should never be a debate between those who favor lifestyle evangelism, one's way of living proclaims the gospel, and confrontational evangelism, declaring the message. Both should be used together in promoting the gospel. Romans 10:15, the commentary. We must take God's great message of salvation to others so that they can respond to the good news. How will your loved ones and neighbors hear it unless someone tells them? Amen? Is God calling you to take a part in making his message known to your community? Think of one who needs to hear the good news, and think of something that you can do to help share it. Then take the step as soon as possible. So there's just a lot of commentary here. So let's look at a few more. Romans 10:18 through 20. Many Jews who looked for the Messiah refused to believe in him when he came. God offered his salvation to the Gentiles, people who were not looking for me. Thus many Gentiles who didn't even know about a Messiah found and believed in him. Some religious people are spiritually blind, while those who have never been in a church are sometimes the most responsive to God's message, because appearances are deceiving and we can't see into people's hearts. Beware of judging beforehand who will respond to the good news and who will not. Romans 11:1, commentary. In Romans 11, we just did Romans 10, so Romans 11 will be next time. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the message. Come to Christ. We're living in the last days. Jesus could come at any moment. So we need to be ready. Amen. So yeah, just y'all have a good day. And God bless. Peace.